everybody! Today I'm going to be talking about my trip to Meghalaya, Delhi and Himachal Pradesh. Our adventure started when we got on a plane to go from Bombay to Guwahati. In Guwahati, we met my Abba's oldest friend, Divya auntie. What surprised me is that they were talking to each other like they would meet on a daily basis, but they were actually meeting after 15 years. So what I learned is that no matter how long it has been since you've met your BFF, they will always stay your BFF, and that is what true BFFs are. The next day, we met the group and traveled from Guwahati to Shillong. Something I learned was that the pollution level is very low. The next day, we had a water trek. I was most looking forward to the natural diving board. It was 15 feet high. Something I learned was that no matter your age, there is always time to overcome your fear. Standing there was something absolutely different. When I looked down, my mind kept on telling me not to do it. But thanks to everyone's motivation, I finally did it. Looking at me jump in, my mom, who has a fear of water as well as heights, decided to take the plunge from 15 feet high as well. The next day had a mysterious vibe to it because we had to visit the sacred forest. The people believe that if you take anything from the forest, even a piece of dirt or a dead leaf, you will have bad luck because you will have upsetted the nature god, or as they say, deity, living in that forest. On the same day, we had the David Scott Trail, which is an 8-hour-long trail from Shillong to Cherrapunji. It was beautiful and we enjoyed some Maggie during the trail. The next day, we went for shopping and sightseeing at Nokarika Falls. After the relaxing day, it was time for yet another, can you guess? If you guessed trek, then you are correct. We started out by climbing down 3,000 stairs, knowing that climbing them up would be even harder. 3,000 stairs later, we had to walk and walk until we reached the Twin Bridge at last. The Twin Bridge was old, but what the experience. But we still had to make our way to the beautiful Rainbow Falls, which was even better. For only a second, you could see that rainbow and then sadly watch it disappear. And this made the 3,000 steps at the end worth it. This was easily the hardest trek I have ever done. The reason we planned this trip, caving. The idea of a dark cave lit up a spark of adventure inside us. But before that, we went for donations to one of the local schools. The visit to the school helped me realize how blessed we were to have such an amazing school. Despite the small school, barren land around it, we had tons of fun. But we could not wait for the caving. We put on the gear, ready for action. But the opening was nothing like how I would have imagined it. It was a small crack between the land, which we had to maneuver ourselves through with a lot of difficulty. But we made it. The second obstacle was freezing cold water. I saw a spider, and that got me moving fast enough. Do you see these helmets and the gear we're wearing? The guide had strictly informed us not to take the helmet off for even a second. And thanks to these helmets, I am alive today. After a while of walking, more walking, we came across the dreaded 2-feet crawl. It extended for 30 feet. We had to crawl, dodging potholes and the contaminated water. But we made it. After more walking, we came to the opening of the cave. And this gave us a strange feeling of success. But I didn't have time to think of that because I was about to go to the hotel for some well-deserved rest. It was almost the end of this amazing adventure, but we decided to make the most of it by doing another trek. This trek was a bamboo trek, which means the bridges and railings were made out of only bamboo. As we walked, I started thinking of how these people built the bridges. Every single foot I put down, I was scared. The entire mountain and all the bridges are on the edge. When you look down, you see a valley. and everything is covered with clouds, and that just makes it even more scary. But my questions were never answered because we were taking edge photos. We climbed down and finished the day with a delicious dinner. Day 10 was our last day of adventure in Meghalaya. We camped the night in Cherrapunji, and the next morning we went to the cleanest river in India, Dauki River. Something I learned was that even after knowing how hard the local people must be working to keep the river as clean as possible, people still litter in the water. After that, we got on the bus and made our way from Cherrapunji to Shillong. The next day, it was time to say our goodbyes, but not to our holidays. On the airport, we decided that instead of going home, let's go to Bir Billing for paragliding. After reaching Bir, we were ready to jump off the mountain. The next day, it was our time to paraglide. As we were driving up the mountain, and yes, for once we were not climbing it, I was mesmerized by the dazzling snow. But I could not be amazed for long because it was time to gear up and take our flight. The view from 11,000 feet above was excellent. The wind blowing at your face and the stunts he did were amazing. And this time I was strong enough and brave enough to handle them well and not cry. The next day was spent in sadness and happiness. Happiness because it was time to go home, and sadness because it was time to go home. And oh, yes, in this trip, doing Quran was not a problem because during our everyday bus rides, I could do my Murajat Juzhalian Jadid easily. Unfortunately, this adventure has come to an end, but I am sure that we will have many more.